Okay.
Okay, let me just make you host. Okay, I did that. Now you can go ahead and share your screen.
So let's start. So are you all practicing on the one-dimensional array? Who spared time and practiced on that? I got the assignment from Amir and Shabana. I couldn't see assignments from Ataullah and Farooq. So yes, guys. Okay, so we had done binary search last time, correct?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Yeah, so today I will go into the array topic in more deep and we'll try to accomplish this. This is called as merge sort. What is this called as?
Merge.
Merge sort, okay? And this is the code for merge sort. So you can try to accomplish this also today. So how this merge sort works is, okay, this will be our data set. Okay, this will be our data set, and on this data set, when we carry on merge sort, it will do the split. Okay, for that we should know functions and recursions. Yeah, for this to understand, we have to know topic of function and recursion. Okay, so we can keep this aside over here at the main. So let's not go with merge sort. Let's start with 2D array. When we start function, that time we will require merge sort. For the merge sort, we have to use something called as recursion. Okay, so recursion is needed for that, which we haven't learned as of now. So there's no point starting merge sort. Let's start 2D array. Okay, so what 1D array is, it has only a single index, like the array which we learned. If I want to identify any value, it has a single integer value to identify it. The index is one single integer value, correct? So what is the size of this array? Who will tell me?
6, sir. 6.
Size is 6, correct? Because there are 6 elements, means size is 6.
Yes.
So this is which array? This is a 1D array. This is a
1D array.
1D.
one-dimensional array. Okay. So why we call it one-dimensional? Because to identify any of the slots. Okay. So if I color code that slots for you, to identify any of the slot. So let's say this array name is colors. This array name is colors. Okay. It's integer array. I just name it. Okay, let's name it ARR. No, it's not very fancy. Size is 6, correct? My question is, at what index is yellow?
1.
1, sir.
ARR of 1 is
Yes.
correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So I can make it to a string array also then. String, I'll name it as colors. So I can say
Colors.
of 1 is yellow, correct?
Yeah. Right, sir. Correct, sir.
So to identify any slot, how many index value I need? A single integer to identify the index, correct?
Yes, sir.
To identify each value, I just require one single integer value as an index. These are the indexes. But now if I have to store the data in a tabular format. Okay. Now, if I add two arrays of this, if I add two arrays of such nature, if I add two arrays like this, I club both of them together. So let me say if I add three arrays. Okay. And I
3D
add,
array.
I add more colors to them.
2D array.
Look at a 2D array, correct? And let me add some more colors to them. So what I mean to say over here is array index starts from 0, correct?
Yes, sir.
So
You're right.
now how many rows do we have?
3 rows, indexing will be 0 to 2.
Yeah, so now we will have the row index for the rows also. 0
1, 2.
and 2. Okay. Now at what index is the black color?
1.
1, 0.
Yes, sir.
So it will be, so now I'll make an array of 2D dimension. So it will be like this. It is an array of string, right? Name is colors. And now it is 2-dimensional. And new string. And here I will give the size of my array now. How many rows? How many columns? How many rows?
1.
No, 3 rows.
Oh, yeah, 3 rows and
And
6
how many
columns.
6 columns, correct?
Yes, sir.
Correct.
Like this, we can also make a 2D array. So this first will indicate the number of rows and second will indicate number of columns. And now if I want to identify any cell, I have to give the row and the column intersection. So this is at what in row and at what column is this intersecting?
1, 0.
Yeah, always write the row first. Always write the row first. So this
Row
section point is
1, sir.
we will write it
1,
1 and 0 in two separate.
0.
Mm.
So now to identify a slot, we will require two integers, which is a 2D array. Okay. Now, if I want to identify this slot, which is this,
2, 2.
2, 2.
the row first, column
Column.
place. This slot,
1, 4.
1, 4.
so 1 as my first index and 4 as my second index. So when we create such array, it is called as a 2D array. So in the assignments, I had given a question to find the equality between two arrays. Okay. So what generally people have done is they have taken two arrays, correct? So if I want to check whether two arrays are equal or not, so both the arrays length should be same. So people have taken two arrays and then inserted elements in that array. So let's say the first array element inserted are 17, 5, 1, 23, 19. The second array elements inserted are 1, 23, 17, 19, 5. Are these same? Are the content of both the arrays same?
No.
Is it
Yes, that was same in, but
same, right?
yes, sir.
17 goes with
Indifferent.
17,
Yes.
5 goes with 5, 1 goes with 1, 23 goes with 23, 19 goes with 19. So it's both arrays are same.
Yes, sir.
People did generally was they took two arrays, ARR1 and ARR2,
Yes, sir.
and then inserted elements in those two arrays, correct? They inserted elements in those two arrays, and then now how will you check for the equality? So to check for the equality, we have two logics, okay?
Yes.
Outer for loop,
Yes, sir.
I equal to 0, I
Less than size,
and size,
I plus plus.
I plus plus.
Yes, sir.
I will also run an inner
And
for
second one is D.
For J,
j equals to 0,
Mm,
J is less than size, J plus
and
plus.
size and j plus, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And then what will we compare?
ARR1.
We will compare that if your ARR of I
I
J,
double equal to AR.
error of J.
Sir, साथ में 1 to mention with AR1I and AR2J.
So if your ARR of I, which is 7, now see, this for loop, outer for loop will run once. And
Yes, sir.
will run till the end, right?
Yes, yes, correct.
Your if, and this is your outer inner for loop, this is the outer for loop, correct?
Sir, yes, correct, sir.
So your inner for loop will run till the end, and outer for loop will run once, right?
Right, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now what is the value of I over here? The first iteration.
17.
0,
And what is the value of J in the first iteration?
1.
17.
0, right?
0.
I 0, J 0. So
Mhm.
Yes.
17
Yes.
with 17 with 1, is it same?
No.
No.
Then what will increment first?
I.
J will increment. No, I is outer loop.
Increment, na, sir.
No.
Okay.
J.
Who will increment?
J.
J.
So here is my I.
Yes, sir.
Here is my J. So what did I compare? 17 with 1. Is it same?
No.
Not
Oh,
same.
sir.
So will it go in the if condition?
You,
No.
Now when the loop terminates, which loop will terminate first? This bracket is closing first, right? So it
Right.
will go to this for loop, J plus plus. So where will J go to?
17, third one.
J will go to the next index,
23.
correct?
23.
Yes.
J will go to the next index. J will come here.
J is equal to
Now is I
1.
and J same?
No.
70, 23 same?
No.
No.
Then where will J go now? Here. Is this
Third
same?
J.
Yes.
So if it becomes same, then you increment the counter. So I take an integer counter variable, initialize it to 0, and here I will increment the counter. And now do I have to search ahead?
No.
So I will say continue. Now you can directly take the next I. Directly take the,
Okay.
so we can not continue, we can break this loop rather. You can directly break this loop. No need to search
Yes,
for
sir.
the
Break. It should be break. Yes.
You can directly break it. So now, what is the value of counter now?
1.
Counter becomes 1. Okay, so let me take a counter where I can put it. So let's take I, J,
Equal to
and
7.
counter. Okay, let's take
Mm.
these three variables, I, J, and counter. So now, what is the value of I? So initialize in the
17.
initial stages. I was 0, J was 0, counter also was 0. And now after this, once I have got 17 matching with 17, at which location? I was 0, correct?
0, yes.
And J was 2.
2,
And my counter value becomes 1, correct?
yes.
And then I do a break, means this for loop will finish. The inner for loop will break, correct? So directly
Yeah.
I will become now
1.
and j will again start from 0, correct?
0. Yes.
J will again start from 0. So where is my I now? I has come here, and j again has come to 0. This new paint, no, it doesn't have small items. It has to be big items to be bright. Okay. So now here is my j at index 0. Is it matching 5 with 1?
No.
No.
5 with 23?
No. It
5
will
with
go to the
17?
4th.
5 with 19? 5 with 5? Found?
Yes.
Yes. So
Yes.
when it find, what does it do? It increments the counter. Counter becomes 2.
2.
Okay. And then as it is, my loop is terminating. So my I becomes again 2 now, and j again becomes 0. So like this, if my counter is equal to the size, means both arrays are same,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes.
You can say arrays matching, X, Y, Z, blah, blah, blah. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, can we do this in a way which is more faster? Let's say by using 2D array. Okay. So how we will, there is no need to declare 2 arrays. So what we will do is, we will say integer. Okay. Let's say I'll call them as numbers. And what is the dimension? How many rows? Now I will club both of them together, right?
Yes.
I will club both of them together. So it should give me a feeling of a 2D array. So it should be something, it should look something like this, correct?
Right.
So what is the name of the array I have given? Okay,
Number.
let's stick to ARR only then. If you are familiar with ARR, and let's just stick to ARR because it is just the number, it is just the name of the array. So name can be anything. So now I've kept name as ARR. And now as it is a 2D array, I will give 2 brackets to show it's a 2D array. Okay. And new integer. How many rows? And how many
2.
columns?
2 rows and 5 columns.
5.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, and now for see, this is what I wanted to show you all in the array part, no? So this my 2D array is complete, correct?
Yes.
But at the 0 index, this is my 0 index,
Yes.
my 1 index. Okay. So at 0 index also I will have an array, correct?
Yes.
That will be my first element.
Yes.
Okay. So okay, let's now go to the programming front and let's open Eclipse and try to explore there. Okay. Let's try to code this over here. So do you all see my screen of Eclipse, guys?
Yes, sir.
See,
Yes.
right? So let me take what do we have? Arrays. Okay, array demo. Right. Let's take a new package, new project. And name it 2D array. Okay. In this 2D array, let's make a new folder array. Did I make a package or did I make a folder? I made a package, right? Yeah. So now new, and let's make a class. Array 2. That will have the main function. Let's start the coding straight. So I'm making an array called ARR, and it is a 2D array. And new integer of 2 by 5. Okay. So now how many arrays do we have to populate from the user?
One array.
Two arrays, no. What 2 1D arrays?
Two arrays, sir.
Yes, 2D array. Yes.
2 1D arrays you have to populate. So now
Yes,
what I
sir.
will do is for integer I equals
I
0, I less than 2,
two and
I
I
plus plus. So this group will go how many times?
2 times, sir.
2 times,
2
correct?
times. Yes.
Yes, sir.
So now if I say this out, please enter elements of array, and if I write over here I plus 1, what will this do? What will this look like? What will it display on the screen?
Yes.
This
I
will
plus 1.
0 plus 1 is 1.
Yes.
So what will it display over here?
indexing of I.
No,
What
it's
is
a
this
name of
message? What is this message?
array.
What is
I
this message
plus
looking like?
1.
What will this message look like when it is printed on the screen?
Please enter element of array 1.
We enter the element of array 1, right? I is 0.
Right, sir.
So how many elements are we expecting? How many elements are we expecting?
4.
5, right?
Okay, 5. Sorry.
5.
5. So that will again have a for loop.
Separately fine.
J equal to 0, j less than 5, j plus plus, correct?
Yes, sir.
And then we can say this out.
Sir, in for loop, J is less than 5. You
Yeah,
wrote
j less than 5
I.
because it is for the second.
Start with 0.
Yeah,
less
because we are
than
now,
5.
J
this is how
instead of I,
many,
it will J.
how many arrays we are populating? 1D arrays, and one 1D array will have how many elements? So now I am populating 2 1D arrays, right? This is what we are trying to achieve.
Yes, sir.
If I had this structure, then what would we do? If I would have something like this,
3.
then what would be the change in this code? Tell me.
Yes, sir. Can you show,
Then
sir?
it would be what?
It-
ARR of 3 of 5, correct?
3
Yes, sir.
of
Yes, sir.
5.
Yes, sir. 3, 5.
3 of 5. So my outer for loop will run how many times?
3 times.
5.
And my inner for loop will run?
5 times.
5.
This is what I have done over here. So now I just have tools. So I've taken
This
so
inner
this is for
loop
the array 1.
and outer loop change according to our requirement.
Okay. J equal to 0, j less than 5, j plus plus. And then we say enter the element. So he will enter. Let's say these are the elements. What he will enter. Let's. So what is the first number he will enter?
17.
17. We will have put 17 in. 17
Yeah,
will put where?
1, 0 positions.
Always row, always first. Row
0, 1.
0,
Sorry.
1.
Sorry. 0, 0.
Yeah. Which is that?
0, 0.
0.
It is 0, right?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
0. So he will enter 17. 17 will look at which place?
0,
0,
0.
0.
0, 0. So who is having 0, 0 at the moment?
17.
I is equal to
Who is having 0, 0?
I and J.
I and J, right? So I'll
I and J. Yes.
because we're accepting from the user. Correct. So here you will say what? ARR of I and ARR of J.
J.
Do what? SC dot.
next int.
Next. Int.
Got it? So when the message displays for the first time, when the
Okay.
message displays for the first time, you will enter 17. Where will 17 go for at? Which index?
0, 0.
0, 0.
0, 0.
Okay, so let's do this also parallelly. So 17 will go at 0, 0. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Then this loop will increment. What will
Yes,
J
sir.
become?
1.
1.
You will say enter a number. So what number do you
Zero
think?
one, 01.
Which number will you enter? You see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Which number will you enter?
01.
5.
501.
5.
5, right? So you will enter.
Yeah.
So where will 5 go at which index?
0,
1.
1.
So at 01, I will have 5.
5.
Then your J will increment, J will become 2, correct?
Yes, sir.
Which number are you expecting to enter?
1.
1 will go at
1.
index?
0.
2.
1, right? It will go at 02. Then
Yes.
J will become 3. So at 03, what are we entering?
23.
23.
23. And then at 04, what are we entering? 19, correct?
Yes, sir.
When this loop will terminate, is 5 less than 5?
No, sir.
No.
And then I will increment by 1. I will become what?
1.
Is 1 less
1.
than 2?
1, 0.
Yes. Yes.
Right. Please enter element for the array now. For I plus 1 means for array 2, correct?
Yes. 2.
Then again, now what? 1 0 1 1 1 2
1, 2, 1, 3.
3 and 1
1 4.
1.
Yes, sir.
5 numbers you will enter are 1 23 17 19 5, right?
Yes, sir.
1 23
17,
17
9,
19
Okay. 5.
5.
With this for loop, both your arrays are populated. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Now we have to check for the comparison. Then what will we do? Again, take this for loop. Again, take this for loop also. And now put that logic over here. So what was that logic? We had an integer counter. Initialize to 0. And now what will we compare? If your ARR of
1.
ARR of
I.
I
J.
I J is equal to, so we are comparing 0 with 0. We are comparing this 0 0 with
01.
any of these, right?
Yes, sir.
So that will be if your ARR of IJ is equal to ARR of JI.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So what is IJ? What is in IJ?
Row column.
No, values. Let's now we will
Value
try to do the dry run. So what is in IJ now?
170.
I and
And
okay. So what is in
is
IJ?
not in inner loop. I is a 0.
0 and J is
0.
0. So IJ is 0 0, correct?
Yes.
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 0 0 equal to what is in JI?
J is a 0.
Then next what will increment?
J increment.
J will become what?
0
1.
and 1.
So J will become 0, right? J will become 1. So what are we
Up to
comparing?
4 times.
What are we comparing? IJ.
J.
IJ means zero, one. We are comparing with
1 0.
1 0.
what is 0 or what is 1 0. So first we were comparing this, right? 0 0 with first what we were comparing was 0. No, this logic will not work. So 0 0 will not be compared to 0 0, right?
Yes, sir.
So I guess we'll have to use some different logic for this comparison. So first array is, so now how will we do this comparison? So now I have to compare this 0, 0 with all of this, correct?
Yes.
So is it okay if I say I equals to with 0, 0 with all of them? But then next it will take is 1, 1 then. Next.
Yes, sir.
0 with all, right?
Correct. Yes.
0 is
Yes.
I.
First is
If
0,
we
0
start
and the next
j is equal to
iteration.
1, then what? J, for loop int j
Okay.
is equal to 1.
If I first what we are doing is checking 0, 0 with all of these, right? With all the ones. So these are all, first I'm checking 0. This is all 0, correct? So this
Yes.
is I, and then this is 0, 1, 0. So I, correct? We are checking 0, 0. 0, 0 will be with whom? With 0, 0. First we're checking the 17 with all of these, right?
Yes.
17 is at what index?
0, 0.
So
Yes.
is this valid? I. Is I valid?
How, sir?
0, 0, right?
I
0, 0.
But sir,
is for row and
Yeah, so
second one
at
is
the moment
for
in the first iteration,
column,
I
sir.
is 0, correct?
Yes.
So when I say 0, 0, and then I
Okay.
compare this with all of this, right?
Yes.
But then I
IJ.
compare with 1, the index which is starting at 1, right, over here.
Yes, sir. Yes, yes.
So it will be, first index is over here 1, correct? Here the
Yes.
first index is
0, 0.
0 everywhere, correct?
Yes.
So first index will be I, and here
Yes.
first index is always what? 1. So here
1.
first index is I plus 1, correct?
Yes. I plus 1.
Getting it?
yes.
Yes.
So here the first index is I. Let's not put something over here. Let's keep this blank. So what I'm trying to check is with 0, 0, 0, 0, and 0. The first index will be 0 everywhere. Here first
Yes.
index will be 1. So 1, 1, 1, 1, and 1.
Yes, sir.
But in the next loop, when I becomes 1, so 1 and this will become 2. There is no 2 index.
Yes.
There is no 2 index, correct? This logic
Yes.
also will not work. This logic also will not work. So I want 0, 0, 0, 0. So this I is sufficient. But here I want 1, 1, 1, 1, and 1.
Mhm.
Okay. So what we can do is then we can only run the loop less than run the outer loop 1 less. Run the outer loop 1 less. So this loop will iterate only once. Because in one loop because in one iteration we are comparing 2 arrays, correct? So this
Yeah.
loop is done only once, 0 and less than 1. Yeah, now I can do. So here I'll have all zeros. See, I'm trying to compare this array, each element with this array, each element, correct?
Yes, sir.
In this, the first index is what over here always?
0.
0. So I am
Yes.
putting I over here. I will always be 0, correct? Because I is the outer loop.
Yes, sir.
And here, what will be the first index always? 1, correct? So I put over here I plus 1. Getting it? And now what I'm trying to compare is this 0 with this 0 and this 0 No,
No, sir.
this loop will not go.
This will also not work.
This is not required, I guess. Now.
Yes, sir.
Is
If
Because,
we
sir,
take the
required.
starting is int I is
there are
equal to
two
0,
rows.
I less than 5, I plus plus, and then j, int j is equal to 0, and
One second.
all are equal.
I got it. I got it. I got this logic. I got it. This outer for loop will run. How many arrays are we comparing? How many arrays are we comparing? How many times will we do the comparing?
2 times.
One array and two array, correct?
Yes, sir.
So this loop will run how many times? One time.
1 time.
And then we will have the I and j over here in front. Yeah, this should make sense. Inside one more time. This should be fine. This should be for this for this is for this for this is for this for one for is standard. So in fact we won't even need this and we just have. So now tell me I equals to 0, I less than 5 plus plus j equal to 0, j less than 5, j plus plus. Now what would be our comparison? First this is 0 and this is 1, right? Yeah. Now if I say ARR of n equal to ARR of n plus 1. So here I have got the first index as 0. Let me just bring these two also on top. So let me bring these two on. See now what is the value of n?
0.
0. So I put over here n. So my
Yes.
first index will always be 0 over here, correct?
Yes, sir.
And second array first index will always be
1.
Is a 1.
1. So I put over here n plus 1. And now what am I doing over here? This 0 will compare with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes, sir.
This 0 will always be I, right?
Yes, I.
Always
Yes, sir.
be 0, 0, 0, 0. And this will always be j. So see over here. What is ni? 0, 0 with 1, 0. 0, 0 with 1, 0. Next iteration, n is 0, correct? And I also is 0. So this 0, 0 with what will it compare with? 1, 1.
1, 1. Yes.
1 and 1. Who got this logic? What happened inside? Okay, so okay, if the reason I took this for loop was because we are using a 2D array. So if I remove this for loop, if you want to hard code it, I remove one for loop. Directly you can put over here 0 and directly you can put here 1. As simple as that. See, now you all can increase the counter inside. So what is the value of I? See, I have fixed the first index, okay? Because here the first index will always be 0, correct?
Yes, sir.
And here first index will always be 1. And now compare with I and J. So first, what are we comparing? 17 with all these values. 17 with 1, 17 with 23, 17 with 17, 17 with 19, 17 with 5, correct?
Yes, sir, correct.
So
Correct.
if I run this loop, so in the first iteration, what will it compare? In the first iteration, what will it compare? What is the value of I and J? So here this is hard coded to 0, correct? So 0 I
Yes.
means
17.
0, correct? And J
Yes, sir.
also is 0 over here.
Yes, sir.
So when I say 0 I means what?
0, 0 position.
0, 0. And when I say 1 J means 1, 0.
1, 0.
So I'm comparing this with this, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So next, which J will increment first? So what will J become? I
1.
means 0, correct? And J becomes 1. So now which element I have to compare? I have to compare 17 with 23.
With
Correct?
23. Yes.
So how will we do that? This is
0,
half
0.
0. That will be 0, 0.
1, 1.
And then this is first number is hard coded to 1. So and J also has become 1. 0, 0 with 1, 1, correct?
Yes.
Who understood this logic?
Yes, sir.
Hello? Who got this logic? What I did over here? What is this extra for loop doing over here?
I got this logic, sir.
Got it?
Give another way to solve this question.
I am a little bit confused. In sir, second last for loop.
One
So,
Yes. So I'll explain it to you. See, what I'm trying to say
yes,
is,
sir.
as we have two arrays, correct? To compare.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm running two for loops, the traditional for loops, because both arrays contain 5 elements, correct?
Yes, sir. Correct.
Start a I loop from 0 go till 5, start a J from 0 go till 5. This understood?
Yes, sir.
So technically,
Yes.
what are we comparing? The first element of the left array with all the elements of the right array.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So this will be fixed and this will keep on moving, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
First
So
will be fixed. Yes, sir.
the left array, the first index is what?
0.
So I put a 0 over here, correct?
Yes. Yes, sir.
The right index, what is the first element? First index,
1.
I put a 1 over here, correct?
Yes, sir.
And now this I will be fixed, right, Amit?
Yes, sir.
So this I will be 0. So this will be 0, 0.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Compared to all this J, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4.
It will, yes, increases by 1. Yes, sir.
Getting it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now I
Whenever it
understand.
becomes the same, I'll increment the counter. So now 17 with 1, it's not same, don't increment the counter. 17 with 23, not same, don't increment the counter. 17 with 17, same.
Increment the counter.
Increment.
Yes, sir.
Do what? Do we have to now this iteration is sufficient, right? Now this J work is done, correct?
Yes, sir. To
What
break. Yes, sir.
And after the loop finish, after this is the if, this is the for, outer for, this for. After this for finishes, what to do?
Print.
Check the
Oh.
size of,
Check the size of counter. Yes, sir.
is it equal to how many elements are there in one array?
5.
5. If it is same, then you can say sys out arrays
Equals.
else you will say
Yes.
sys out
Not matching. Yes.
arrays not match. So like this, you will have to play around with the code and try to improve your logic, okay? Because there is no by hearting in programming, right? I also don't
Hmm.
by heart programs and come. So we have to do it by understanding the concept. If I remove this line, this I and J will just be disturbed. I just remove this I and J, remove this line and paste it back. So now let's try to run this and check how it is running. This 2D arrays. So it says enter the element of the array one, enter element. So what are the elements? Are you able to see the screen? So 17, 5, 1, 23, 19.
Yes, sir. 17, 5, 1, 23, 19.
17, 5, 1, 23, 19. First added that.
19.
Now it is
Yes,
second.
sir. Enter the elements of second array.
117,
123,
123, 19,
1. Yes.
83,
We had it over here, no? We had it on the last one. 1, 23,
23,
Yes.
17,
17,
19, 19 and 5.
what it is telling?
Matching.
Yes, sir. Arrays matching. Yes, sir.
Now let's try to insert one number which is not there and let's check.
Yes.
Okay. So 17, 5, 1, 23 and
19.
19. 1, 23, 18, 19 and 5. Now
Not matching. Should be.
there is not.
Yes, sir.
Got it?
Yes, sir.
2D array, I will get it. 2D array, Savannah.
Yes, sir. I
Get
got
it, right? So like
this
this.
is my question, sir. Last time I asked you.
Yes, so there are many ways of improving the code. So this is one of, I'm pasting this code in the group chat so that you guys can benefit from it. Okay. Where's Farooq?
Sir, how you increase the size of work area of Eclipse?
Which size of?
Eclipse, sir. Eclipse size. Yeah. This one.
Yeah, just by
Work areas size, sir. How you
can do zoom
increase
in,
it?
You can do zoom in and zoom out. Like go to
Only just zoom in and zoom out.
window, appearance, go to editor, and you see zoom in, zoom out. You can zoom in, try to make it small, right? You can just zoom out, keep on zooming out,
No, it's not changes here, sir. If you do it, then
changing. Go to window, editor, and zoom out. Window, editor, and or take the shortcut, control minus. You use control minus also if you have.
okay, okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So let's start with functions today, okay? So let me draw an analogy for you all first. and then we will understand things better. Okay, very widely used concept in programming terms, functions. Okay, function means your understanding of this concept has to be very, very, very thorough.
Yes, sir.
Yes, so very important topic. So if I can describe if programming can be visualized or personified as a human being, so I will call the topic of function as the backbone.
Yes, sir.
रीढ़ की हड्डी जिसको बोलते हैं. So if your function is weak, topic of understanding of functions is weak, then your programming will never be strong.
Yes, sir.
Irrespective, you have good biceps and good calf muscles, thigh muscles, but if your backbone is not functioning, then these muscles we cannot use them to their best optimal use. So understand this concept very thoroughly. Okay, so to understand this, let's take a real world example. Okay,
Yes, sir.
visualize a house when there is a marriage ceremony. So what all activities are there in a house which has a marriage ceremony or a marriage? So what all activities are there? We say, no, yeah, I'm very busy. There's a marriage in my household. I'm very busy. So what are we busy with? So we are busy with booking the hall.
Yes.
We are busy with decoration. We are busy with
Creating the path.
renovating the house.
Yes, sir.
We are busy with attending to the guests,
Yes, sir.
escorting them, receiving them at the station, at the airport, then escorting them to our house. Okay. Among all these activities, there's one activity called cater also. That guests are coming and we have to arrange for their lunch, dinner. So we have a reception and we call the caterer to manage the cooking part of the reception, right? Because the head count is very much and we are going to cater around 1,000 guests. So we can't expect the ladies of the house to cook for 1,000 guests. So we outsource that cooking job to the third party called as the caterer, correct? Yes, no, maybe. Are you understanding this term? Or what
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
regional language?
Yes.
So now when the card is printed, when the wedding card is printed, the invitation card is printed, which family member's name is written first on the invitation card?
Head of the family.
Perfect. Head of the family. Absolutely correct. So the eldermost person, right? Eldermost person of the family.
Yes.
So if the grandfather is alive, they will write the grandfather's name. And if my dad's elder brother is alive,
Yes, sir.
my Tayaji, we will write his name, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
The
sir.
eldermost member of the family, right? So we'll say XYZ is inviting you for the wedding of his or her grandson, XYZ, blah, 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 right?
Yes, sir.
So does this head of the family do any job from this? Does he take the ribbons and start decorating the hall?
No.
Does he take the paintbrush and start renovating the house? Does he
No,
take
sir.
the car and go to the airport and receive guests? Does he
No.
do any of this job?
Sometime.
He is just there to give instructions, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Just family members will follow.
At times I have seen in my life that the groom and the bride are healthy. The groom has just gone to the gym in the morning. He is fit and fine. But the marriage is postponed because the head of the family is not feeling well. He's hospitalized, correct? So this is that much role he plays in the marriage. So if he is not feeling well and he has to be given some medical treatment, because of that, at times I have seen marriages being delayed and postponed. So this person is just there to pass on instruction. He does not do any work on his own. He's just like you can say he's just managing the event, right? The sole decision maker. Whatever has to be done has to be, the permission has to be taken from this person, correct? So if a particular dish has to be finalized, we will first go to the head of the family and tell that we have finalized these items in the reception. Is it okay? He says, yeah, okay. What is the budget? So all this, he will just approve and finalize, correct? So now I have two people who are operating. I have the caterer and I have the head of the family, okay? These two people are there now. Now I can remove the rest from the background. And now we'll zoom into only two parts. Now, are these two roles understood?
Yes.
Okay, so head of the family is the one who is just managing the event, and caterer is
Yes.
the one who's doing the entire hard work, right? Okay, so now I'll spread this across three scenarios, okay? I'll spread this example across three scenarios because functions have to be understood in utmost details. So now let's take the first example. The marriage is in, let's say, Ambani's house or Shah Rukh Khan's house. Let's say Shah Rukh Khan's son Aryan is getting married, okay? So who is Shah Rukh Khan?
Head of the
Absolutely
family.
correct. And he is a very wealthy person with a net worth going in billions. So he can afford a lavish wedding, a lavish reception. He can afford the costliest hotel in Mumbai. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So let's
Yes.
Shah Rukh Khan, he approaches the costliest caterer over there. Let's say we call him Taj Caterer, XYZ. So let's name it as Taj. So we have two entities now. We have Shah Rukh Khan and we have Taj Caterer. Now, for Taj Hotels, you can say. He contacts Taj Hotel and says that I'm expecting a head count of 1,000 people. How many people? 1,000 guests. And this is the date of the reception, XYZ. Some date is there. Some date he will finalize. And I want to book the entire hotel for that day. Or whatever you all have some, if you all have some marriage ceremonies, so you all have some dedicated banquet hall for that. I want to book that. So Taj Hotel gives him the menu list. Okay. And then they finalize on a particular menu, which is 500 rupees per plate. How many? What is the cost? So how much is the total expense of the reception just on the fooding part? How much does Shah Rukh spend on the
1,000 multiplied by 1,500.
how much? 15 lakh rupees?
Yes.
15 lakh is just the expense of the dining. So, okay, then they agree upon 50% on advance booking and 50% on the day of the reception. Okay. So 50% you pay in advance when you book it, and 50% you have to pay on the day on which the event is there. Shah Rukh agrees to it. Shah Rukh releases a payment of 7.5 lakh. Okay. In that menu, there was one item called as Matar Paneer. What was there?
But
Matar Paneer. Okay. Now, remove the other thing for background also now. So there was just an item called as Matar Paneer and 1,000 guests were expected. Okay. So now my question is, who will buy the Matar and Paneer? So now we have three activities: buy, cook, and serve. So who will buy the Matar and Paneer from the market? Shah Rukh Khan or Taj Caterers? Taj Hotel. These are the
Taj
two things we have.
Taj Caterers.
Scenario one. This is scenario number one. Okay. So now who will buy? So will put buy in whose column? You will put buy in Shah Rukh Khan's column, or you'll put buy in Taj's column.
Taj column, sir.
Perfect. Then cook. Who will you put the cook part? Who will cook?
Taj.
Taj.
Hotel.
Put it over here. And who will serve?
Taj.
Taj.
Taj. And what is Shah Rukh doing? Shah Rukh is only calling. What is Shah Rukh doing?
Only call.
Calling Taj, right? He's just calling Taj that this is the event I'm having at my place. My son's reception is there. So he is calling and negotiating.
Okay.
Okay. So who is buying the Matar Paneer?
Taj Hotel. Okay.
Who is cooking the Matar Paneer? So this is the raw Matar Paneer. Who is cooking the Matar Paneer?
Taj.
And who is serving the Matar Paneer? And Shah Rukh is just calling. So if
Yes.
I distribute the workload,
Okay.
what is the proportion? 1:3 in scenario 1? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So the workload is what is Shah Rukh doing? Is doing one task and 3 tasks are being done by the hotel. Correct?
Okay.
Is this understood clear, guys?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes.
Okay. Now let's say the wedding was in the month of monsoon. In the monsoon season. And out of the 1,000, only 800 guests turn up. Okay, it was raining so heavily, and Mumbai, is prone to the heavy rains, and there are few weeks when it is flooded. So even though it was the reception of Shah Rukh Khan's son, only 800 guests could only make it to the restaurant, to the hotel. So will Taj return the food of 200 people to Shah Rukh Khan and say,
No.
okay, here is your food. We had cooked
No.
as you had ordered for 1,000 and you had paid for 1,000. But they have they have buffet system, right? So they keep a
Yes.
count of number of plates which have been picked.
Yes, sir.
So the counter, when we saw the counter of the plates, we saw that there were 800 plates were picked. But as you had paid for 1,000, it is our responsibility to give you the 200 food plates back. Will Taj Hotel do this? They
Not
don't
at
do
all.
that. They do not do it. If it is
Yes,
extra,
sir.
they will charge. If there is extra, so we had ordered for 1,000 guests, but now we see the footfall that we are exceeding by 100 guests. 1,100 people have come. So we can tell Taj, please arrange for 100 guests extra. I will pay for it. So if extra is to be there, we have to pay. But if there is anything less than that, so if we had ordered for
Will
1,000,
not get.
so they do not return anything. It is in their clause. We will not return anything. We'll charge you for the full, but will not return. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Is this something alien to
Yes.
you all, or you all understanding this what I'm trying to say?
Yes, sir. Understood.
Yes, we are getting it.
So it will not return anything. So now, what is a function? A function is a code written once and used many times. Okay, you can use the acronym WORM for it. What you can say? WORM means what?
Return once.
Write once and
Okay.
read many times. Read.
Right.
So we can write the function once and we can call the function again and again with different set of values. And the function will do the task for us. Okay. So now let's write this code over here. Okay, so I'll start with a fresh project. Take a new project and call it as function demo. And here I go and make a new class, okay, by the name function demo, and that will have the name. Okay. So if I were to tell you, okay, calculate an area of rectangle. Calculate what?
Calculate.
Area of rectangle. Okay. So what would you need for that?
A rectangle walk like there's the catching.
Length and width.
Length and width.
Yes.
Width, whatever you call width. So I will take a scanner which will accept that for me. And then I will prompt the user I will from the user what? Please enter
Present the length.
length. And I will scan it in which variable? Similarly, I will say, please enter
The
width, and I will scan it in the width variable, correct?
yes.
And then I will take integer result, and in that I will store the answer, correct? And then I will display the answer.
Plus result.
Okay. So who is main is the head of the family. Main is the most important function in an application. So if your application has 1 million lines, if your application has 1 million lines of code, okay. So if your application is having 1 million, that is 10,0,0,0,0, or this is 1 million. Yeah. So if your application having 1 million lines of code, you have to have compulsory the main function of at least one line. At least one line main should be there. The remaining 99, whatever is figure is coming up, they can be any other functions. These can be other functions, but you have to have the main function. This is the heart of the program. So if a wrestler is there, if he is weighing 300 pounds, okay, he should have 1 pound of the heart pumping. If this organ is not pumping, these remaining 299 pounds are of no good. Yes or no?
Yes.
So if he has a flesh of 300 pounds in his body, but the 1 pound heart is not pumping blood, these remaining 299 pounds are dead meat, correct?
Yes.
Similarly, if you have a very large application which we will build in the when we start our project, so a project is made of multiple files, multiple packages. So it extends to the source code extends to at times millions of lines of code. But in that millions of lines of code, you should have the main method, even though it is just of a single line, but it should be there. This is a triggering point of the application. The application starts from here. So, in marriage, they burst crackers. So if there are the cracker, if there are, let's say 1 million crackers lined up. So the first cracker which is lit, that is your main function.
Right.
If you don't light the main function, the others also will not light, correct?
Yes, sir.
So main has to be there. But if this wrestler, he is overburdening the heart, okay, the entire pressure is coming on the heart. Will this wrestler survive for a long time? So when he's doing his hand workout, like when he's doing his bicep workout, the pressure is coming on the heart. The
Yes.
pressure should come on the shoulders, on the arm. When he's doing his leg workout, the pressure is coming on the heart. So any organ he is working out, the pressure is coming on the heart. Will that human being survive for long?
No.
No.
So here
Not at all.
what is happening, the entire job is done by whom?
Public static point.
Main. This
Yes, sir.
is not ideal. The head of the family does not do any job. He just gives instructions, correct?
Yes, sir.
So what main will do is, main will just give instruction that I want area of rectangle. Okay. And now we will make a function which will do that for us.
Yes, sir.
That will be the area or rectangle function. That this function will accomplish this task for us. We will not do anything. So we will just pass an orders. Okay. We will just pass. So just ignore this public static at the moment. Just ignore these three keywords at the moment. Okay. So now
Okay.
what is, so your main is now Shahrukh. And your function which we have made is your caterer. Shahrukh's job is just to call. So when we have the function name followed by a semicolon, we are calling the function. What are we doing?
Calling the function.
Okay, so it will go in the function. So now this accepting the data from the user is called, I will call it as buy. So who is buying? Who is buying? Main or the function?
Function.
Putting the formula and getting the result, I will call it as cooking. Who is cooking?
Function.
And displaying the result, I will call as serving. Who is serving?
Function.
And what is main doing?
Yes, calling, sir.
Just
Calling.
calling it. So the main is relieved from all the responsibilities. So what we were doing earlier, we were burdening the main with all the logic and all the
Yes,
headache.
sir.
So initially it was okay as we were beginners. Okay, so when we, a kid is there, 2 years, 3 years, we buy him a new bicycle. So we add 2 extra tires for support.
Yes.
So that is added only for the initial stages, right? For the week, month, 2 months.
Yes, sir.
Once his balance is there, once he gets the balance right, then we remove those tires, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So initially we were just new to programming. So we added those extra tires that we were doing the entire programming in main only. But
Yes, sir.
now as we are understanding programming and getting our balance, now we will try to eliminate those tires gradually, one by one.
Yes.
Here what I did is, I made the main is just calling a function, and that function's responsibility is there, everything. To accept the value from the user, do the calculation, do the displaying. We will just call, okay? Okay, what does this void mean? The void means the function is not returning anything to its caller.
Yes.
Interviewer, interviewee. So if let's say Amir goes for an interview and Sartaj sir is taking Amir's interview. So who is the interviewer? Who is the interviewee?
I am an interviewer and a
Interview.
sir is
You are the
interviewee.
interviewee.
Interviewer is Satas.
Yes, sir.
You are the interviewee, right?
Right, sir.
Yes.
Callee, Amir, caller, callee. If you are calling me, who is the caller? Who is the callee?
We are the caller.
So here, which function is calling which function? And
And
function
function.
can
Main
only call a function, okay?
Calling.
Function can only call a function.
Calling.
To call a function, you have to be a function, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
See, in the mail, I don't know if Shabana has been to the masjid for any Jamaat. So if there's a namaz in progression, a Baad Jamaat namaz is going on, and the Imam makes a mistake, okay? So who can correct the Imam? Who can prompt the Imam? Someone who is a part of the namaz.
Yes.
Part of the
Okay.
namaz.
I am passing by. If I am passing by and I hear the Imam had made a mistake, I cannot correct him.
Yes.
Yes,
Only
sir.
a part of the namaz can correct the Imam, correct?
Right.
Muttaki. Yes, sir.
Correct.
Yeah, so that is called lukma dena.
Lukma. Yes, sir. Yes.
So a function can only call a function. You cannot call a function from anywhere else, okay?
Yes, sir.
So main function is calling which function?
Area of rectangle.
So who is the caller? Who is the callee?
Caller is main and callee is area of rectangle.
Main and
Area of rectangle. Yes, sir.
okay. So
Yes.
if I write void before a function, means it does not return anything back to its caller. So if the 200 plates of food are left Will that 200 be returned to Shahrukh's house?
No.
No, sir.
No.
So this function is a void function.
Okay.
So it will not return anything back to its caller. Okay.
Yes, sir.
These two keyword at the moment. So don't remove this tire. Let this tire still there. Okay. So we have just removed one tire of the bicycle, the spare tire. Don't remove both the tires at the same time. That will become too difficult to write. So just keep this aside. Okay. So, sir, what is this? Please explain. This I will, you can park it. So if you are maintaining a parking lot, you can park these two keywords. That sir was supposed to explain this later on, but sir has not done it till now. Maybe sir has forgotten. So then you can remind me later on. But okay.
Okay.
So is this understood, guys?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So now the main is relieved from all the processing part, and that has been transferred to the functions. Okay. So these functions are helpers to main, and the number of functionality increases, the number of functions will increase. Okay. So if you go to the era of 1980s, when the landline phone was there, so what was the functionality of that phone? Only calling, only single functionality, right? Only
Calling.
Yes.
Yes.
calling. Then came the phone wherein you could have stored, could store numbers, contact numbers, correct? Then came the digital phones came.
Yes.
So you could store the contacts, at least 10, 20 contact numbers you could store. So one functionality got added to the phone, calling also and contact also, right?
Yes, sir.
Then people started giving unnecessary missed calls, started, playing pranks. So then they added display also, who is calling. So that number would display on the screen. There would be a small LED screen, correct?
Yes, sir.
Then they added one more feature that it became portable, cordless phone. Have you heard of cordless phone?
Yes, sir.
Receiver would be at one place.
Yes.
You could roam in the house with the handset, correct? Then then came the mobile phone, the Nokia mobile phone, the snake game one. So that just added one more thing that it could calculate also. They added a calculator and they added a small alarm clock, right?
Texting. Yes.
And they added SMS. Yeah, correct. Then you could also text from that, but the text size would be limited. Then came your mobile phone. Then they added camera to it. Okay.
Clock.
They added torch and what all. And now the current state of the phone is like a very handful gadget, right?
Yes.
So when we had only a single feature, so as the features increase, the function will increase. So more the function, more robust and more strong your application is, correct?
Yes.
WhatsApp
Yes,
was
sir.
recent, when it was launched, initially when it was launched in the early 2010, somewhere around that time, it did not have those many features, right?
Yes, sir.
So the number of functions which you add to your application, that adds to the module, the strength of the application, correct? So now our
Correct.
application is only one function, that is area of rectangle. What if I want to also calculate area of a circle? Then
Create a function
remember,
And
area.
it.
one function
And
will
it.
do only one task. One function will only do. So if I
One
want to define a function, if I say define a function, you can say it is a set of code written to perform a specific task. Set of code written to perform a
Specific task.
specific. So caterer will only cook food. If I ask the caterer, can you do the decoration? He will say no.
No. Yes, sir.
So
For decoration.
specific one function will do that task only. So if I am calling the area of rectangle, what will that do for me?
It will give you area of rectangle.
So if I
Yes.
wanted area of circle also, what will I do? Make one more function. If I want
Yes. Area of
Function
circle.
name.
see here in Eclipse, if you writing a function, so this is called as your function, and this curly brackets which we have, that is called as function implementation. What is this called as?
Function implementation.
And this is the function name. So is there any implementation for this function, area of circle?
No.
So if you can take a mouse over there, it will tell you, create the method. Okay.
Create the method. Yes, sir.
Okay.
When you click on that, it will give you a structure. It will just give you a skeleton.
Skeleton.
Mhm.
Okay.
Give you a skeleton. Okay. So in that, what you can do is, as we are going to do area of a circle, right? And we are going to use scenario number 1. So entire work will be done by the function. So what will we require for this now?
R.
Radius.
Yes.
Who will
Radius.
buy the radius? Who will get the radius? Function, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Who will put the formula and calculate the area?
Area.
Result.
Integer.
So who will
Result
do
is.
that? That will be a double result, right? Because it will be a decimal.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
That will be what?
3.14
Pi into,
multiply with RR.
correct?
Yes, sir. Radius, sir. Because you use a radius.
Radius into,
Multiply with radius.
Radius.
Yes, sir.
and then we can say area of a circle is result. So now the head of the family is just giving instruction. It is just calling, and the task is being done by the team. Okay, so now it is just calling area of circle, and this function is doing that for me. So that function only is buying, that function only is cooking, that function only is serving, and I am just calling it. So the task is 1:3, correct? Let's run it now and check. So it's a enter area. So area length. So 10, 5, area of rectangle is 50. 5, radius is 75. Got it? So delegate the entire task to the function. It will do it for you. Who got this?
I understood, sir.
Yes, Ataullah.
Got it. Yes.
Okay, now let's take one more example of how functions call. Okay, so how functions call each other. So let's say we are in the physical classroom and I run short of, I need water. Okay, so I give 20 rupees to, so this is me, and I give 20 rupees to Amir and tell, please, Amir, can you get water from the nearby shop? So I have given to whom?
Me.
How much?
20 rupees.
Okay, so Amir now has left the class, and as
Yes.
he is approaching towards the shop, he gets
Yes.
a call from home that you had applied for the passport, and the inquiry of the constable has come with your inquiry, and he wants signature on the form. Please come fast. And
Okay.
he sees Ataullah coming, so he gives it to Ataullah.
20 rupees. Yes.
No, Amir will not go. So he sees Ataullah coming. Let's remove
We
the
can see only
Yeah.
that eclipse
Is that
screen.
single T? Is it spelling correct? I have spelled it correctly. Yes.
Sir, we can see Eclipse screen, sir.
Okay, this is Eclipse screen. Sorry.
Yes.
Now,
Yes, it is
Yes,
visible.
sir.
so okay, forget about that passport. Okay, Amir is not going
Yes, sir.
anywhere. Amir is not going
Okay.
anywhere. Amir is just too lazy to go down to the shop and get the bottle. So it is Ataullah coming from there. He gives the money to Ataullah. He says, please get a water bottle. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So now Ataullah will go to the shop.
Yes.
So shopkeeper will give the bottle to whom?
Ataullah.
To the one who gives him money. Correct?
Yes. Yes, sir. Correct.
Who is giving money to the shopkeeper? Who is giving money to the shopkeeper?
Ataullah.
So who will he give the bottle to?
Ataullah.
Ataullah.
When Ataullah comes, who will Ataullah give the water bottle to?
Amir.
Amir, because Amir had given him, right?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Amir will give the water bottle to whom? To me. Correct?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So whoever is calling that person will reply. So who called
Okay.
the shopkeeper?
Ataullah.
Ataullah got the response. Who called Amir? Who called Ataullah?
Amir.
Amir
Me.
got the response. Who called Amir?
You, sir.
Will the shopkeeper give the bottle to me directly? Sir, here is the water.
No, sir.
No.
Shopkeeper know for whom the water is being bought.
No.
No.
Will
No.
Ataullah give the bottle to me?
No, sir.
No.
He doesn't know, right? He told he has got instruction from Amir. So he will give to Amir. Here, Amir, here is a water bottle. Then Amir will give it to me, correct? So
Right.
this is the chain of how our functions are called, okay? So now I'll just take one more demo and I want you all to be with me. So I'll make a new class, okay? So I'll just make a function call demo. How functions are called, okay? So which is the function which is called first in the entire application? This is the triggering point of the application, guys. Which function is called first? If the
Main function.
application is of 1 million lines of
Main
code,
function.
Main function, sir.
main
Yeah.
function is called, okay? So main can be thought of as the drawing room or the hall of the house. So if we have a apartment, 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom apartment, okay? So this is the living room which is there in the start, and then internal we have all these bedrooms and kitchen and all that stuff, right? So 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom and kitchen. So this is the hall. This is the entrance. So this is the entrance, and this is your first bedroom, second bedroom, and this is the kitchen. Washrooms everywhere, XYZ. So how do you enter the house? How do you enter the house? Which is the first room you visit when you enter?
Hall.
Hall.
Entrance. Yes, sir. Hall.
All right. So you enter via the hall, correct?
Yes.
And how do you
Main gate.
exit the house? How do you exit the
Hall.
house?
Entrance.
So you enter via the hall and you exit via the hall, correct?
Yes.
Correct.
So the first room which you see is the hall of the house. The last room which you see is the hall of the house.
It's same.
That is the main function. The program will start at main and it also end at main. Okay. Main will be where the program will end at. So it will start, roam around the entire place, come to main, and it will end at main, right? Okay, now
Yes, sir.
tell me what will be the output of this program. I want you all to trace the output of this program. Who can trace the output for this? Tell me. What will the output of this program? Yes. I can take 30 seconds.
Yes, sir. Can I try, sir?
Sir, function called demo can access the Brazil
Hmm?
and Argentina methods. Function called demo
I
method.
want the output. I want the output of
Yes.
Okay.
First it will show I'm in main.
yeah.
After
we
that,
start at
it
main.
will go.
It will.
Yes.
It's Amir, right?
Yes, sir.
The Amir's output is this. Amir says it will first output I am in main, correct?
I'm in main. Yes. After that, it goes to Brazil.
Yes, sir.
It will show I'm in
Who is
Brazil.
calling and which function is the caller and which function is the callee?
Main
Uh,
function is a caller and Brazil is
Brazil.
calling.
Yes, sir.
Main is the caller, Brazil is the callee, right?
Right, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Correct.
Whenever a function calls another function, the caller function goes to sleep.
Yeah.
The caller goes to when I handed over the 20 rupees to Amir, I went to sleep.
Yes, sir.
When Amir handed the 20 rupees to Ataullah, then
Yes, sir. And then
Amir
Kamil is the caller and
when Ataullah took the bottle
calling.
and gave it back to Amir, that time Amir woke up.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
When Amir gave it to me, that time I woke up.
Yes, sir.
So now who is calling whom is my question.
Okay. Now here is
Main is
main
calling.
is the caller and Brazil is calling. Now next one is the Brazil is a
So when we
caller
call Brazil,
and
what happens to main? When Brazil is called, what happens to main?
sleep mode. I mean,
Goes to sleep mode, correct.
Yes, sir.
And then who
yes.
wakes up? Who wakes up?
And now next one is
Brazil wakes up.
Brazil is caller and Argentina is calling.
Argentina is calling.
Now when Brazil, so what will it display first then?
I am in Brazil.
I'm in Brazil. Yes.
Display that, right?
Yeah.
It will display that. So second line will be displayed as
I'm in Brazil.
I'm in Brazil.
Brazil.
And now Brazil
Then
goes
what happens?
to the sleep mode
Then
and
Brazil goes,
Goes to sleep.
Argentina activated.
Brazil goes to sleep, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir. And Argentina comes in activated
Then
mode.
Argentina wakes up. Then what does it show? Display?
I'm
I am
in
in
Argentina. Yes.
Argentina.
And then once Argentina is over, what happens?
It's come. I'm in back in Brazil.
Yes, sir.
So who called Argentina?
Brazil.
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 Go to main.
Brazil.
Yes,
Brazil.
Brazil.
Brazil now wakes up. Brazil now,
Wakes
Wakes
up.
up.
Brazil wakes up.
Yes, sir.
And then it continues execution. What will it display?
I'm in
Back in
Brazil.
Brazil.
And then when Brazil finishes,
Yes.
it will go back to where from where it was called. From where it was called,
I'm
Main.
in finally back in Maine.
Yes.
wakes up.
Main wakes up. Yes, sir. I'm in finally back in Main.
I am finally
Back in
back
Main.
in main. Got it?
Right.
Yes.
So this is how functions they call each other in this order. So now if I run this code and check, let's see if we get this output. Is it matching? Yes, guys.
Yes, sir.
Correct? Same, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So this is how functions will call. So now here you should know what happened. What is this? What will be marked? Let's execute this once. Okay. What is this color coding for? Okay, clear. So this is how function will call. So and the order
Step mode.
Yes, miss?
Private, sir, can you explain about it, sir? Sir, private static void means a private access specifier.
That is what I told you, park it aside at the time being.
Okay, sorry.
You won't need the entire stuff at once.
Yes, sir.
That we'll do when we do the topic of oops.
Okay,
Okay, so the sequence in which the functions are called determines the flow of the application. So in what sequence am I calling the functions now? Which function is being called first?
Area of rectangle.
rectangle.
So if
Rectangle.
over here,
Yes.
it is calling area of rectangle first over here.
Yes, sir.
Correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Right? If I call this first, then now which function will
Now
be
is
called
area
first?
of circle first executed, then area of rectangle.
Yeah, so it will first call area of circle, enter radius. Okay. So the sequence in which they are executed will determine the flow of the application. Okay. So this was your scenario 1. Now let's take scenario 2. Now it is not the wedding of Shah Rukh Khan's son. It is, let's say, the month of Ramzan and Eid is there. Next day is Eid. So we know the ladies of the house will be busy getting ready and attending to the guests, so they don't have time to cook. So what do we do in such situations? Yes, Amir, what would you do in such situation? Would you still ask the ladies to cook for you?
Yes, sir. In that situation, me and my father cooks.
You are a part of the cook.
Yes, sir.
And if you are expecting guests, 30 or 40 guests are coming in.
Uh,
and
In
you want,
that we
We'll
order.
order it.
you want to
Yes,
serve the guest what you have cooked.
yes, sir. We'll order.
You want to torture them or you want to eat them? So what would you do in such case?
We'll order, sir.
Yeah, we'll order to a caterer, right? Now it is not
Yes,
Shah Rukh
sir.
Khan, now it is a common man. Okay. Now it is a common man. So
Yes.
now the head of the family is a common man, okay? Not Shah Rukh Khan.
Yes, sir.
So the scenario has changed. And now we will not order to Taj Hotel, but now we'll order to Taj Caterer. Okay. So whatever in our vicinity, what we have. So we have a caterer by the name Taj. So now the scenario has changed. Okay, scenario number 2. Okay, so this would be your scenario number 2. So now, so let's say the menu remains the same, Matar Paneer, okay? Menu remains the same.
Occasion of Eid, sir.
Yeah.
Matar paneer.
Yeah, so you want to change it. Okay, you want to. No, let's stick to the example. Else, no, it will become a lot of permutations will happen. So it's, I know, remember it's the occasion of Eid, but let's stick to the concept. So because if I keep the same concept for all examples, no, you will understand it better. You can change the menu later on. So now we have 10 guests, okay? 100 guests, another 10 guests. Now, Amir's job, the common man job is to call the caterer, correct?
Yes, sir.
And he will place the order that 10 people are coming, so I need 2 kg Matar Paneer. How many kg Matar Paneer?
2 kg.
Okay, or 4 kg, let's say, whatever you say. Matar and Paneer. So, who will buy the Matar Paneer now?
Caterer.
So, Amir is calling, okay? Amir's first job is to call. So, one task is assigned to Amir, common man.
Yes.
Call. Now, who will buy?
Caterer.
Caterer.
Cook.
Caterer and serve.
Caterer.
And who will serve?
Caterer.
Amir.
Caterer serve. Caterer will deliver back to Amir, no?
Yes,
Yes.
yes. Caterer.
Guests are coming at caterer's house or Amir's house?
Yes.
So, who will serve now?
Amir.
So, whatever the caterer has cooked, he is returning to Amir,
Yes, sir.
right? Whatever he has cooked, he will return. Now, what is the responsibility being shared 2:2?
Yes.
That you do 2 jobs, I will do 2 jobs. Your 2 job is to buy and cook, mine is to call you and serve, right? Scenario has changed or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now if Amir has called the caterer and he has told that I want the food delivered by 8 p.m. So 8 p.m. he gets a call on his mobile from the caterer that
Yes.
my delivery man has left from my workshop with the food and he is coming to your house, correct? To deliver the food. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And it is a season on off season going on. At this time of Eid, caterers are busy or they are idle, sitting idle.
Busy, sir.
Busy.
They are too much
Ultra
busy.
busy, right? That is their
Yes.
peak season. So
Yes,
it means
ultra busy.
that in the vessel which I have dispatched the Matar Paneer, I have another order to fulfill. So what you do is at your doorstep, keep a
Yeah.
vessel of the same size. In
Yes.
our household, we have vessels of each size, right?
Yes, sir.
We have a vessel for 1 kg, we have a vessel for 2 kg. They are nested
2
and
kg.
kept in the kitchen, one inside the other, right?
Yes, sir.
At
Correct.
that time, if there is a big tower, then we have 10 kg vessel also.
Yes, sir.
Amir has all these vessels in his kitchen. So
Okay.
1 kg vessel will Amir keep at his doorstep. Caterer is returning a 2 kg vessel, correct?
Yes, sir.
So the red vessel is of the caterer of size how much? I know the
2
caterer's vessel are
kg.
typically, with the oil paint, they mark the initials. So if it was Taj caterers, there will
Yes,
be
sir.
initial of TC,
Golden. Yes, sir. Taj. Yes.
which is of 2 kg. So which vessel will Amir remove from his kitchen and keep at the doorstep?
2 kg.
2 kg, right? So he has this vessel, so 2 kg vessel. So this is the Amir's, okay. So his
Yes.
name will be engraved on that, they have this pen.
Yes, sir.
That pen they can write on these utensils also.
Yes, sir.
And this also
Yeah.
is 2 kg. So the caterer is telling that my delivery man will come and empty the food in your vessel. You serve from your vessel, but I need my vessel back because I have
Yes.
back-to-back orders, correct?
Yes, sir.
And I have limited vessels. So if I have 100 orders to fulfill, I can't buy 100 vessels. So I have my orders to fulfill. So you can make the payment later on, no worries. But I want the vessel back. Got it?
Okay. Yes, sir.
Amir will take which vessel out of from his kitchen? 1 kg, 2 kg, 3 kg, 4 kg, 10 kg.
2 kg.
2
Okay, if
kg.
the order was of 4 kg, then
4 kg.
if the
4
order which Amir had placed, there were 20 guests coming in, okay? So we'll double the amount, right? So last moment he came to know 10 people are coming more. So we'll double the order. So now the caterer will send in how much kg vessel?
4 kg.
So now this
4
TC
kg.
caterer vessel will be of 4 kg. So Amir
Yes,
will
sir.
keep which kg size vessel on his doorstep?
4 kg.
So the red vessel is of the caterer and the green vessel is of Amir, right? The
Yes,
common-
sir.
So is this example understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
If the order is of 4 kg, will we keep 2 kg vessel at the doorstep?
No.
No, that won't fit in, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, so now we will just twist this example of area of a rectangle. So I'll just take one function, okay? So that I just give multiple for you all to just show it you all.
Function call.
As many functions we can add. So I'll remove this function, okay? Now in scenario 2, Amir will call, correct?
Yes, sir.
Caterer will buy, caterer will cook, right? But will the caterer serve?
No, sir.
No.
Caterer will return. Caterer will return what he has cooked.
Result.
Result
Yes,
is
sir.
of what type?
In
Int. So here I will say I am returning an integer. I am returning a.
integer. Yes.
Integer.
I will take that same size variable at my place also.
Yes, sir.
And whatever is coming from there will be stored in this. And they both will be of same type. And then I will serve from my vessel. My vessel is answer. Caterer vessel is result.
Yes, sir.
Logic.
I got the logic.
Got it,
Yes,
Subhana,
Yes,
Ataullah?
sir.
Yes.
What is
Yes,
integer?
I got
What is this integer?
Return type.
Return type. So it is returning an integer. So
Yes, sir. Integer value. Yes.
over here. Okay. For area of I should have kept that. I should have kept area of circle. For area of circle. Okay, now let's try to do this area of rectangle, right?
Okay.
Let's try to do area of rectangle. So area of rectangle, it will come here. It will buy. It will cook. Why is this color code is happening like this? It will buy. It will cook. And then what will it do? Return, right?
Yes.
Return.
Return the result. Result is of what type?
Integer.
Now it is not void. Now it is integer. And I will take an
Yes.
integer variable,
Yes, sir.
my LHS, and store it over here.
Okay.
And then display from there, right? So you can just say, okay, the answer also. And I will say area of rectangle is answer, correct?
Yes, sir.
If I wanted to do area of circle also the same way.
Yes.
So
Same
he will
way.
buy, he will cook, and now he will return. So he will not serve over here. So what will it say? Return what? Result. Result is of what type?
Void type.
What?
Sorry, no, double.
So now what will come?
Double.
And what will we take on the LHS over here then?
Double.
Double.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so whatever is the, whatever you can take any variable you want. I take answer, and
Yes,
then
sir.
will be served. Area of circle is. Got it, guys?
Yes, sir.
This is the scenario number 2.
Yes, sir.
Function can return a value also. So whatever it is returning should be mentioned before the function name, and the similar type of data should be there to hold that value. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Right.
Now coming to the third scenario. Now this is the only caterer we have in our vicinity, the Taj caterer. Apart from him, there is no other good caterer in our locality, and his taste also is very good. But what happens is the mutton and the paneer which he uses now is of very third class quality, because as per the quality rates are. So if he is selling me for 1,000 rupees per kg, let's say that is his rate. So if I give an order of 2,000 to 2 kgs, how much will he charge me?
2000.
Now, if he goes and buy good quality mutton and paneer, the good quality paneer will come for 400 rupees, let's say, and good quality mutton will come for 200 rupees kg per, let's say. So how much is he investing? He's investing 800
Yes, sir.
mutton, and how much?
400.
So how much is he buying the raw material for? 1,200, correct? Then what
Yes, sir.
is his profit? 800. So what it does is he goes at the end when the shops are closing, and he gets very cheap stuff. He gets a very cheap mutton and cheap paneer, third class quality. So how much is he investing over there? 400 and 100. So he is now earning how much? 1,500 profit, correct?
Yes, sir.
So the raw material has come only for 500 rupees. So to increase his profit, he buys cheap product. So when the guests, when they eat his food, they say, what is this hopeless thing? So now what will we do in such a case? But he's the only option we have. There is no other caterer nearby. So what would you do, Amir, in such a case?
If Amir buy
Yes.
Material.
Buy the mutton and
Correct.
paneer, you do, right?
Yes.
So now this responsibility will also come to Amir now. So Amir will call also, Amir will buy also, and Amir will serve also, correct?
Yes, sir.
Caterer will do the cooking part, what he is famous for.
3:1. Yes.
Now this is scenario 3, and the ratio has now shifted to
3:1.
3:1. Now 3 jobs to the caller and 1 job to the callee, right? Getting the difference between the scenarios. So now what will we do?
Yes.
Now when we will write the code, what changes will we make over here? So now, are you able to see my screen? So now when I will write the code, the third scenario. So now when I will call the function, okay, so now let's take any one function. Now just stick to rectangle. You don't need a circle. You don't want to add unnecessary data. Okay, so let's remove this and remove all this also, which is confusing. All these lines of code, just adding to the code base. Remove all that. So now what we will do is we will do the buying part now. The caller will buy, right? So
Yes.
what code will transfer to Amir now from here?
Starting
The scanner part and the this out part,
23.
right?
Main.
The scan this much part will now go to Amir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And now whenever he is calling the function, he will pass this length and breadth. That please give me area of this length and width. You don't take the length and width, I will give the length and width, correct? So length is of what type?
Integer.
So type.
Is of what type? So now
Integer.
write them individually. You can take any variable, okay? You can take any variable
Okay.
you want. So now A is holding what?
Length.
Integer data type length.
So you can take the same variable name also. So
Yes.
now length is coming in the length of this and width is coming in the width of.
Width.
What is the caterer doing? Taking his vessel. So his result is the vessel of the caterer, correct? Taking his vessel, cooking and returning, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
That is now coming into our vessel and we are serving. This is called as passing parameters to a function. Got it?
Got it.
Yes, sir.
So now when I run this code, it will work same, perfectly same, but we got to know the three scenarios of how functions can operate. Enter length and breadth. Okay, so I enter 10, I enter 10 and 9, I get 9. Okay. Any problem, guys?
No, sir.
With the three
No, sir.
scenarios?
No.
Sir,
So practice this to use. Now all the activity which we have done all this while, no, try making a function of that and then calling it via function. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now do all those activities using function. So whatever program we have done in the first episode, accept a number, check whether it is Armstrong, check whether it is prime. Now just write functions for that and do this in the functions. Got it?
Okay, sir. Got it, sir.
I'll see you all tomorrow then. Sharp 9.
Okay, sir.
Bye guys.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you so much, sir.
Sir.
Allah Hafiz.